If you weren't already aware, Wonder Woman 2 is already confirmed and will be released just before Christmas in 2019. At this moment in time, not a lot is known about the movie, other than the fact that Kristen Wiig is confirmed to play the villainous Cheetah. In this video, we'll take you through 10 theories about Wonder Woman 2 that, if they turn out to be true, will affect the entire DCEU. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of keeping up to date with all of Screen Rant's great new videos.
Where are we?
The mascara.
No, I got that before, but I mean, where are we? What is this place? Who are you people? Why does the water do that? How come you don't know what watch is? How come you speak English so well?
Steve Trevor will return. One of the most enjoyable and emotional aspects of the first Wonder Woman movie was the relationship between Diana and Chris Pine's Steve Trevor. The pair fell in love, and Trevor's influence on Diana was felt as recently as the Justice League movie. But he sacrificed his own life to thwart Ares' plans because he knew Diana would go on to save the world several more times in the future. It's believed that Trevor could be alive. After Diana rescued him from the sea at the start of the first movie, Trevor was seen bathing in one of the many pools on Themyscira. The theory suggests the pool could have been magical in nature, and that's what will help to resurrect him. Patty Jenkins has actually shut this theory down, but it wouldn't exactly be a first attempt at misdirection by a director, now would it? If the theory does turn out to be true, anyone in the DCEU could potentially return from the dead going forward, given the reveal of the pool's true nature.
Circe, be careful, she's...
Yeah, I've read the Odyssey.
It will introduce Circe. There's a theory that Wonder Woman 2 will introduce the powerful sorceress known as Circe. Circe is to Wonder Woman what Lex Luthor is to Superman, or what the Joker is to Batman. So it's inevitable that she'll appear in the DCEU at some point, and the Wonder Woman sequel seems like as good a time as any. She's an incredibly powerful character whose mere presence would change the landscape of the entire DCEU. Based on the Greek mythological figure of the same name, Circe's powers essentially enable her to bend reality to her liking. She can amp her physical attributes to the same level as Wonder Woman, she can fire powerful energy blasts, create illusions, revive the dead, teleport and transform men into animals, which is her signature move. We'd love to see her in live action.
Tell your father I'm here. And tell him the Lannisters aren't the only ones who pay their debts.
Pedro Pascal is the male Cheetah. As we touched upon in the intro, Kristen Wiig has been cast as the main villain of Wonder Woman 2, Cheetah. But there's also a male version with whom less people are familiar. His name is Sebastian Ballesteros, who is actually an agent of Wonder Woman's arch-enemy, Circe, as well as her lover. Given that a female Cheetah is already appearing in Wonder Woman 2, there are rumors the male version could be as well. Given that Pedro Pascal has been cast in the movie in an as-yet unspecified role, there's a theory he could be playing Ballesteros. Pascal is best known for portraying the role of Oberyn Martell in the 4th season of the incredibly popular Game of Thrones TV series, and is of Chilean-American descent. Gal Gadot's character will certainly have her hands full with 2 cheetahs.
You're him.
But I am not what you thought I was.
Chris Pine will come back as Ares. There are, of course, many theories that Ares will return as a villain in Wonder Woman 2, but it would be quite underwhelming to have the same villain twice. That being said, it would be an interesting twist if he was to assume a different form, and this theory suggests that Chris Pine will actually come back as the character. Of course, Ares was killed in the first movie, but given his powerful nature, it wouldn't be at all surprising to discover that he wasn't actually dead. Having him assume the form of Pine's character Steve Trevor, someone Diana loved, would undeniably be a unique and intriguing prospect. Pine signed a multi-picture deal with Warner Brothers, so there's every chance he'll reappear in the DCEU. Having it be Ares would make for a really cool twist.
Perhaps I should fly to Paris with a handwritten note. Will you be Bruce's teammate? Check yes or no.
I'm only interested in her skill set.
I'm sure you are.
Other Justice League members will appear. If there's one thing most comic book movies have in common these days, it's that the titular superheroes tend to be joined by other major heroes in either supporting or minor roles. With that in mind, it's been theorized that Wonder Woman 2 will feature appearances from other members of the Justice League. Diana has obviously built a fairly close relationship with Batman and Superman, and she got to know the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg a little better in the Justice League movie. So potentially any of those guys could make an appearance, as could Captain Marvel, who will have had his own movie by the time Wonder Woman 2 comes around. But there's also a chance it could introduce the likes of a Green Lantern character, Martian Manhunter, Hawkman, or Zatanna.
Shut yourself down for a century, so let's not talk about me moving on.
You know that if she kills you, we'll cover for her.
Its theme will be the Cold War. The question of when Wonder Woman 2 will be set was certainly a widely discussed one. Fans wondered whether it would be set just after the first movie, just after Justice League, or at some point in between the two. Well, we now know the answer, because it's recently been confirmed that Wonder Woman 2 will be set during the 1980s. This theory specifically suggests that the movie will pit Diana against the forces of the Soviet Union in the closing days of the Cold War. If that's the case, it'll make for an extremely interesting movie, seeing Wonder Woman and her supporting characters swapping out the battlefields of World War I for the espionage and maneuverings of Moscow.
How dare you do this to me, Wonder Woman? This is treasonous!
You weren't really planning on leaving, were you, gentlemen?
Lynda Carter will play an Amazon. Prior to Gal Gadot's emergence as the most critically acclaimed star in the DCEU, the most iconic, popular, and generally well-known version of Wonder Woman was Lynda Carter's portrayal of the character in her self-titled television series in the mid to late 1970s. Carter's DC links have resulted in her getting a number of superhero-related roles in TV and movies over the years, including the roles of Moira Sullivan in Smallville and United States President Olivia Marsden in Supergirl. She's now being linked with a role in Wonder Woman 2, with Carter herself having confirmed discussions with Warner Bros. Over the possibility, and this theory suggests her potential role could be a very appropriate one. It suggested she could play an experienced Amazon warrior. Having Carter's character giving Gal Gadot's Diana some advice would be a very cool nod, and indeed a show of respect to her portrayal of the superheroine back in the 70s.
At some point, even you have to learn to move on.
Steve Trevor tell you that?
A new love interest. This theory suggests there'll be a new man in the superheroine's life in Wonder Woman 2, and there are plenty of potential options in that regard. In the comics, Wonder Woman's list of suitors includes the likes of Batman and Superman, a United Nations worker called Trevor Barnes, a vigilante turned operative for the US government called Thomas Tresser, and a fellow Amazon warrior called Cassia, the latter of which would really go down well with movie fans. There's also a chance that a descendant of Steve Trevor could become romantically involved with Diana, although that would result in a lot of accusations of copying Marvel, given that Captain America has been romantically involved with both Peggy Carter and her niece Sharon. In any case, it would be cool to see Diana move on from Steve Trevor and find some happiness with someone else.
We're not from any one country. Andre's from France, Hendrickson's from Holland, Olaf comes from Norway, and I'm Blackhawk.
It will tie in to Spielberg's Blackhawk movie. It's recently been revealed that a movie based on DC's Blackhawk title could be produced, with Steven Spielberg in the director's chair for it. The movie isn't even confirmed yet, let alone whether or not it'll be part of the DCEU, but it's already sparked theories that the movie could be connected to Wonder Woman 2. Wonder Woman 2 is set for a 2019 release, so we certainly won't get Blackhawk before that, if it ever happens at all. But there's every chance that some Blackhawk characters could be introduced in the Wonder Woman sequel. The Blackhawk comic books are generally set during and around World War II, focusing on a small team of ace pilots of varied nationalities. While Wonder Woman 2 is going to be set closer to the present, there's more than 100 years of Diana's life still to catch up on, and that could certainly result in some flashback scenes, including those from the World War II era. It would be a neat way of connecting the wider DCEU to an upcoming movie that would otherwise seem extremely disconnected from it upon its potential release.
Come on, Giant. I'm getting bored.
This world is mine.
It will mark the debut of Darkseid. Darkseid is coming to the DCEU. He was directly alluded to in 2016's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and he was finally name-dropped in 2017's Justice League movie.
For the unity. For Darkseid.
But when will he make his first appearance in the DCEU? This theory suggests it will be in Wonder Woman 2. The new gods have history with the old gods, the old gods being a major part of Wonder Woman's heritage, so it makes sense for Darkseid to be taking note of events involving Themyscira. He could very easily appear in a credit scene, and it would be akin to Thanos appearing in the mid-credit scene of 2012's Avengers movie.
Steve, we can't save everyone in this war. Steve. This is not what we came here to do.
No, but it's what I'm going to do.
And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Do you think any of these Wonder Woman 2 theories will end up coming true? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Screen Rant for more great videos just like this one. Bye for now!